If you haven't put the news, we woke up to 20 centimeters of snow in February, and honestly, it was exciting. And the poop had the best day of her life, as you can see. But this weekend, we're doing some prepping, some work, and just resting for the moments when I don't have the energy to cook. So my husband said he wanted to try a new hobby where he cooks one meal this weekend, which is a huge relief. And we're trying out these chef-made meals from Prep My Meal to keep in our freezer. It's a bit of an experiment, but having a healthy just-in-case dinner in stock feels like a huge win. As you know, being gluten-free, it's not always easy to find things that are good or taste good. And there are things that you just miss, like cakes and cookies, I guess more on the sweet side. We found this lemon cake online off Amazon and it was pretty good. I would say though that the icing is too sweet, so if you were to eat this, maybe just have the cake. And if you need a little bit more sweetening, which I don't think it needs, but if you do need a little bit more, you can add a drizzle of the icing, but it really doesn't need it. Also, what's great about baking is that while I'm waiting, I can do some work. And while I like baking, I don't like to bake things that are too difficult or too intense, especially because the things that I bake have to be gluten-free. So if you know any simple gluten-free recipes, leave it in the comments below, and we'll see if we can include it in the next video. My husband was inspired by a cookbook that we have, and this is the recipe that he's kind of modifying and trying to make it himself. But if you have a significant other that also gets stressed out by cooking or being in the kitchen, I really highly recommend doing HelloFresh or a box similar to that, where they prepare all the ingredients and they have instructions. I find that to be very easy, very simple, and you can also slightly modify it yourself, or even just days that you just don't have much energy to cook. It's also a perfect way just to have lunch or dinner on the table without having all that stress.
어? 进去。I don't think it needs it. Stuff it in. Hey, 装很多啊。好，你要 bake 也可以。15分钟。扁下去。
How'd that go? Whew. Yeah, it tastes better.
甜甜的。
So these are our lazy meals. We got it from a brand called Prep My Meal, which was introduced to us by a friend. And like I mentioned before, this is more for an emergency kit for days, for example, when I'm sick and I can't cook at all. And then usually on those days, you know, because I can't cook, I would usually just order takeout, which is not the healthiest and also not the cheapest. So this is more just like an emergency kit. I think it's great because there's no additives or no preservatives. You can read all the ingredients on the box, and I think it's just perfect for those emergency meals that you just days that you really just can't cook and you need something to eat or you need to feed somebody. And I think it's perfect for our family. And it's not, like I said, it's not something we're going to be ordering every week, every other week, or even monthly. I think for us, this is just something we're going to keep on hand in the freezer just to have it in stock for days where, I'm sick or just not able to cook.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's like a turmeric rice, no? I like the rice with yellow.